Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Shina is the Yatagarasu? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. I'm not gonna let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove that she's the Yatagarasu in question? Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find. Then it should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. It wasn't mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Balinese ink. Who cares what his coat is covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. Ah, but it's really worth so little. I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. I found the things you need to see, sir. Oh, so what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir. You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I saw was chasing was wearing. Yes, it's the possibility does exist. Agent Shina, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in the room. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
Nope. These items, Detective Propek, are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings. You have no right to touch them without my permission.
Objection!
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. But if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say let them look at your stuff, Shina. Lang? So let's put it all on the open. You're really innocent. You have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good. Now let us begin. So which of Agent Shina's belongings are you going to examine? So which of Agent Shina's belongings are you going to examine first, sir? Coat. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir. It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Shina. The Yatagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a coat. And I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when he went through the fireplace. No, you have it wrong. The soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. What about this substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. If you think you can get away with such a transparent lie. Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. It's the same pattern of dirt on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace. Which I can. What? How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Huh? Me, sir? What did I do? This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I'd been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is to show what the dark substance on the coat helm is. And you think you can do that? Of course I can. This is a dark substance that sullied the helm of the coat.
Take that!
Bobbini's ink? Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through the fireplace. According to Ambassador Palermo's testimony, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. You told us about that already, so I don't see the point in mentioning it again. My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at the time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Balbony's ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have chipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet. We have no way of proving whether or not this Balbony's ink is on the coat helm. Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. How? How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove the dark substance on the coat is Balbony's ink. Burn it! We can find out whether it's Balbony's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're gonna prove that's Balbony's ink? Yes. Could you please cut a section of the dark stained area for me? I'd appreciate it. Because I'll show you here and now what the dark substance is. Gina, sorry to do this, but I'm gonna have to cut a bit of your coat off. Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore. Anyway. Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something. Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs. Then, if I could please have one, Kay, we'll get this experiment underway. Okay, it would not have burned up that quickly, but whatever. It just fully disintegrates too. Not realistic. Don't think that would happen, but we got our point across. It burned green. It's a flame. It's the same color as that flame's crystal oil produces, which means Balbony's ink is a product of white crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing. Miss Shina, you're the fake Yatagarasu. The one who killed my father. It's about time you came clean, Lady Shina. Or should I say, Castillo, you. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like I'm the joking type to you? Castillo, you. I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking, and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're that defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and tried to frame it out and frame me for it. Oh, really? You have proof? You insist I am Castillo, you, woman, but you can't prove it. If you have proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a finger on it.
Objection!
Girl! The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world. Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she's a Castillo you? I do. It's something the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us the last 7 years. Okay. Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth. I will, Kay. For I finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Castillo you and clip the Yatagarasu's wing off for good. Oh, it wants the perfume. It wants this. It's not. I don't know why it's not letting us do the key. The key proves it's her as well. But all we have to do is like this is her perfume. Like
Take that!
this perfume. This will prove you to be Castillo you. It will. Kay has preserved it safe perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, that means a few of her fingerprints are on here as well. This is a bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Bern Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means your fingerprints are still on here, every last one. We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Kina. Will you submit yourself to the fingerprint test? It's not over yet, is it? Oh gosh, that smile. What the heck is that? It looks like you've seen through me once again. Seen right through me yet again. You've been sending the biggest chill down my spine. And yours. Castillo, you. So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill is even greater than that time 7 years ago. Kina, you're... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along. A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone's been feeding the intel on Interpol all this time. Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Still, you're you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right. Castillo Yu is just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. No, you're not. Shut up. Castillo Yu, this time you won't escape, or this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadget, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. Kay, don't. I'll never forgive you what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such a laughable honesty. Uh-oh. Kay. Oh, brother. Ugh. Hey, you let Kay go now, pal. You despicable. Let go of me, you filthy... Ugh. You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. That's not possible. My father's the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? White has 3 legs. Knows how to disarm security systems. No, you can't be. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the real Yatagarasu? It's neither of them. Or is it? Is it actually Burn? It's definitely not her. What if it's Detective Bad? What if it's Bad? Is that a possibility? The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Burn Faraday nor Castillo Yu. But by the same token, they're also both the real Yatagarasu. How very perceptive of you. No way. The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed. Mr. Edgeworth? No, I refuse to believe this. The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. It's 3 people. That's why it's 3-legged, because it's 3 people. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And the lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of the client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever. Okay, Detective Bad is here, but is he the 3rd leg? So if you and Burn are both 2 of the legs of Yatagarasu, we need to find the 3rd leg. I think Bad is a contender. A detective. A detective that can... Oh, gosh. They'll leave a single shred of evidence behind, and the detectives are the ones that handle the evidence. Oh, no. Detective Bad. It's only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu. You. I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years. But I finally got you. Why, Mr. Bad? Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why, indeed. It's nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. This time, I won't miss. Stop. Ew. Okay, who shot? It's over, Shina. Oh no, Lang. Your leg? Agent Lang. You idiot. Why are you jumping in front of my gun like that? Why are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective, but no matter what sort of past you may have had, Even if she's a spy, doesn't change the fact that she's my subordinate. As long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her. Not even from you. You really are an idiot, you know that? Ha! That's fine with me. You know by now this is just how I am. As sis. Yes. Once you conduct a full body search, she might have another weapon on her. Alright. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please. Sir. Hey, I found something. There it is. What is this, sir? Looks like a blade of a knife, but doesn't have a handle. Yep, that's it. So great find, detective. Huh? Is it, sir? What's trying to parry the blade with this handle?
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder. Hey, they fit together perfectly. This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. I'm gonna return the Bobbinese knife. This Bobbinese knife now. Alright. I trust that you'll make sure to return to Ambassador Polino. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it, Castillo you. But the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Kojin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Kojin's killer. You killed Mr. Kojin with the Alabastian knife. Switched the handles and then took the original blade of the Balbanese knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and when you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
Objection!
You craft an engaging tale, Edwards, but there are two problems with it. Problems? In what respect? What do you think my real reason was allowing her to chase after me? It was also could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewater Land, I knew right away that you were Bern Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail to get to Garasu. That's why you tried to pin Mr. Kojin's murder on me. Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So, I thought to use you by pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes. Oh, once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device rightfully belonging to me, the true Yatagarasu. You were going to take the little thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I thought time recovering that precious key. I had a tough time recovering that precious key. Then the person who stole the Yatagarazu's key was Mr. Faraday. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarazu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't especially pleasant as sight. So she was a part of the Yatagarazu and the smuggling ring. And because of that, she had to pick a side. And she ended up having to pick the smuggling ring. Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarazu? Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day. That means the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Kokin. And the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings. Sure, the smuggling ring is still alive. Kind of figured that. It didn't really make sense for it to me, Mr. Kokin. They're like, oh yeah, he's leader of the smuggling ring. Like, no, that's not how this game's gonna end. There's no way. Do you want to ask him what you need to know? Because if so, you probably should get going. You're going to tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Shinna? I guess I should tell you, then, that I was the only one who set up the Balbany's... That I was the one who set up the Balbany's embassy on fire. And why did you do that? I suppose it was to destroy all the evidence of the counterfeit bills. That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. But then why start two fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I had my fun. Now, it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait! I mean, Miss Shinna. Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? Those are pretty hair sticks I thought, well, I should return them to you. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. There's gonna be something with them, isn't there? If you don't want them, you can always throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot Edgeworth. About the second problem I had was your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. Ooh. What? I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor! Yes, Agent Ling. Mark my words, I'm not done here, and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. May have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. It's finally over, Kay. You're like I peered into the heart of her heart a little, you know? So cold and dark, incredibly lonely. The person who has given her all of these commands. The only one who thought my father was a problem to be removed. That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. Mr. Edgeworth? I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're pretty, just like the one selling for the Jam and Ninja show. Until this case is over, I don't want to think I can look at them without being overcome. I understand. I'll take good care of them. There's a bit of soil stuck on the ends of the sticks. Look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. There's dirt on here. So ruin the beauty of the hair stick. I suppose. Why is there dirt on the end of a hair stick in the first place? The designs on these are rather eccentric for hair sticks. Huh? Really? Well, if they're that strange, what should I do with them? I have to say, these are by far the most bizarre hair sticks I've ever seen. In any case, Kay, there's something I've been meaning to ask. How exactly do these... You stick that hair stick of yours into your hair like that. That's a secret. Curiouser and curiouser. There's definitely some kind of secret with this. I guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight, the dawn of another day. Hey, Pop, think a bunch. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me today's the day. Yeah, it is. This, I can retire in peace. It's down to the wire, we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. That's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after. Legend of that Yatagarasu. It's now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. Counting on you. Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also part of the Yatagarasu? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I want nothing but a peaceful life for you. Uncle Bad. Hey, don't take it seriously. It's all just a big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sir. She's attention on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad. Wait, no. You are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. Now you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, I should give these back to you. These are... So it was bad that was at the start of the game. It was bad that took the files. The pages from the KG8 incident case file. The Yatagarasu stole from my office. Huh? Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it? Wait, then that means... What? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something that you wanted to hear. The KGA incident was a very emotion-trying case. Stood in that courtroom. Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in that case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring down someone like that, such a business, was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu. And vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with their women. Including companies that dealt with the Mono Group. Mr. Mono's conglomerate. Called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flex our collective muscle. Expose all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then, it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. Okay, so he's not the ringleader. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Mr. Faraday died for it. Why? Wasn't she the sister as a victim in the KG8 incident? After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. Oh. The victim of the KGA incident, CCU. She never had a sister. Oh. Interesting. What? Then that means Shanna wasn't the only fake name she used. Castillo U was another pseudonym. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring. She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. Anyway, let's return to a real topic at hand. Mr. Edwards, this is a trump. This trump card that we stuck onto the page of the case file. Please use it wisely. Trump card. That photo that we stuck on there. Try peeling it off. Behind it, there's a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. The mark of the Yatagarasu. But why? This is a directive card from the big boss. Take a look at the bag. This was something Coach had on him at the time of the KGA incident 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu? The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the serrated raven mark on the smuggling ring's boss, smuggling ring's boss used. Oh, so the mark of the Yatagarasu was originally the mark of the smuggling ring, and that's why there's two different versions. What this version of the card is the smuggling ring. The inverted version is the Yatagarasu one. Interesting. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently it burns bright green flame when set ablaze. So you mean the cards were written in Balbanese ink. The fact that the card that was sent into Faraday's hand. And at all. Short of a miracle. Decide whether we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. The great thief that used the mark, only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader, that we were the only few steps behind. One more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you. What is it, sir? This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KGA incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. He had it locked and hidden away for all this time. We forced him to tell it where it was finally, after the other day's kidnapping case. This video. Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday. The video was his insurance. That's where the prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. Saw for yourself, right? The card told him to preserve the evidence. And that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman. Two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them. The evidence Mr. Portsman sought to withhold from me, and the one you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is, whether you use them or not, it's up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. As the boss of one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of, Detective Bad, there's no limit to the law, for it's the people who determine the limits to them. Don't insist that, even now, you really are something else. I'll leave the rest of you in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining members of Yatagarasu. Pops! Don't ever lose your detective spirit. Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I was told you, not to get emotionally involved. Now let's go. Yes, sir. Is this really the end of a legend?